Dun, 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 dun.
When you ask O'Neill what he is doing in your home, he simply says, I don't remember. Do you call the police?
Absolutely not. Is that the
No.
question?
Yeah, do you
No,
call the
I would
police?
take care of him. I would be like, what do we do
Yo,
with these Christmas cookies and Diamond
Shaquille.
Shack?
This is Dave,
This is Reese.
and this is Manic Joy, a podcast about
Life
love
and
uncertainty.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
Cheers to you, my
Oh,
friend.
cheers.
My love.
It's a kind of a crappy, yucky day out today, so this will be a nice little treat.
Yeah, this is kind of a nice little morning. That's good.
That is a morning.
hmm
You want a little morning?
Back at the Irish Coffee,
Yep.
I noticed, I looked in the liquor cabinet earlier.
Oh, what did you notice that might be missing from the liquor cabinet?
Yeah, my fucking Irish whiskey.
Some Irish
It's like,
guy came here
this-
and
This bitch and her
Took it.
whiskey, you can't, you can't keep it out of her mouth.
anywho,
Yeah. So I went to the liquor store today and I bought some new things. I got you your own Jim Beam
nice.
that you can hopefully will slow you down a little bit before you start jumping into my stuff again.
I mean,
I was
we
like,
all,
Irish whiskey would be great.
we all have things that we wish were true.
Yep. Oh, Irish coffee. That is really good. So I
It is
did a little
really
bit
good.
of the Cool Swan, the Irish cream, Irish whiskey, a little Jameson, and a little bit of brown sugar.
I saw you
Oh,
put a little brown sugar
yeah.
in there. Brown sugar. That is a
Is that how that song goes?
very bad song, by the way. It's really funny to go back and listen to
Really
some.
into this.
Good, keep
I'm
going.
like,
Keep going. You're gonna be passed out
I know.
before we're 15 minutes into this. Do you ever listen to the lyrics of Brown Sugar? It's pretty bad.
Only when you sing it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I
No.
guess. Yeah.
It's been a while since I've heard that song. So, I mean, I'm sure I have
Yeah.
listened to those lyrics, but I have not recently. And so I couldn't tell you what they were other than hit it.
Brown sugar.
Yeah. It's real good.
I mean,
Real
in
good.
case Mick Jagger eventually I can
mean, at
I
some
can fill
point,
in.
how
I can
old
fill
is,
in.
How old is Mick Jagger these days?
He's in his 80s.
gotta
He's still
be,
going.
like,
He's still
97.
gangly. He's still
You know, pretty amazing though, and I think it says a lot for the arts and the artists who continue to do their work.
that
Like they are making it like
pickled themselves with the drugs and
well.
alcohol
I mean,
and
like look
lived
at Keith,
forever.
Keith Richards.
King Richard.
I'm sure
what
he's
the
going to have
fuck?
some type of medical things going
Oh my
on, but
God.
look, he looks better now than he did when he was 20.
I don't even think he was ever 20. How about that one? I think he just was.
Wow.
He's like that iconic face that I can't even imagine if I saw a picture of him younger. Like
Yeah.
someone sent me a picture of Willie Nelson,
Oh,
clean shaven.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you'd never get it with the clean shaven.
I was like, who is that dude?
That's like early David Bowie too, like when he was all like clean cut and trying to be
So
all
crazy.
You know, like you thought you needed to be in the music industry at that
Right,
time.
right.
And then Emily and I we watched Man on the Run, the documentary.
Oh, how was that?
It was really good.
Yeah.
We really liked it. Emily loved it. And then she was like, so get this. And I didn't even know this existed, or maybe I did. And then I forgot all about it. But so we watched that. Really good. What we really liked about it is that it was using all like the old footage and it was using, I think it used new interviews too.
I was going to say, was there anything new that you guys
But-
haven't seen?
Well, yeah, there was a lot of interesting things in there that like from that side that I didn't know about. But what I liked about it is when they did interviews with other people, like Mick Jagger was somebody in there talking, Chrissy Hind from the Pretenders was in there talking, but they never showed those people. It was just their voiceover and they just said who it was. And it actually made it like really interesting because I think there was a mix of interviews from like before and now. And you know how sometimes like, you know, we've had this conversation about like, okay, when you are searching for an album or you're listening to an album, it should only show you the artist from that age when they made
Yes.
that album,
Yes.
not the age they are now.
Yes.
Because it's like, whoa.
Jarring.
and and contextually, it actually doesn't make sense to show them now.
I
like,
think
you know what
that
I mean?
was a
But-
good move for them just to use the audio and not show them talking because,
Yeah.
especially, there's a whole reason why we have this issue is because I immediately get distracted and all I can think about is what they look like.
Yeah.
That's all I can think about is, oh my God, they look so old. Especially now, like you see like a lot of like famous people popping up here or there, and I'm like, oof. And then we'll be watching a show, and then we're like, why does this person look familiar?
But-
It's the old version of the person we knew
but
previously.
Also, I have to say, a lot of people looking really good that haven't had work done. Like, you know what I mean? It's the people that have the work done that you're like, because it gets weird to look at them.
Yes.
But the people,
Nicole
there
Kidman.
have been a lot of people that have aged really well that you're like, oh, look at him.
We
he
said
looks
someone
he
recently.
looks his age, and it's
Yeah, who
amazing.
was it recently?
I don't know.
I forgot
Dude,
what we were watching.
Why,
But
why don't play the memory games? That's
oh
fucking
yeah, I know.
bullshit.
I know. Well, that's all we do.
Bullshit.
That's all we do these days is play memory games, and we
Well.
both lose.
Yeah. Wah, wah. So what I was going to say is, so we watched that, and then Emily was like, because Emily is a big George Harrison fan, and she was like, we got to find a George Harrison documentary. And so I did some searching, and apparently
I think The Simpsons did one.
there is a George Simpson now. And so that's
Remember
somebody
him?
different. Yeah. There's a George Harrison documentary, a 2-part documentary. Guess who was directed by?
Who?
Martin Scorsese.
That's wild.
Right?
And we didn't
So-
know about that?
No, well, but
Shocking.
I think I might have, and then never really, whatever, followed up on it. So I sent it to Emily. I was like, all right. And she's like, yes. So maybe we'll watch that tonight while you're away.
Yeah,
You're away on your
I know.
journeys.
Well, I loved coming home. Well, so yesterday, Friday,
Yeah.
today's
Yeah,
Sunday.
Friday.
I went to Maine with my buddy Linda. We went to go see Our Town,
Yeah.
Thornton Wilder, with John Cariani. I think I'm saying his name right.
Should somebody know who that is?
Yes, he wrote the play Almost Maine that every college and high school does.
Yeah.
He was in it. He played the narrator.
Oh, okay.
Or the
Interesting.
stage manager, however you want to say. Our Town is one of my favorite plays ever, and I want to direct it so bad.
Cried like a little bitch.
Let me tell you, the first time I saw this play, it was in New York. I was teaching at Kingsborough. My colleague is like, we're taking the theater kids to go see Our Town at this little off-Broadway place. And I was like, free show, sign me up, I'm in. I knew of the play. I did not know anything about it. I cried from the beginning of that play to the end, and worse at the end, because it's such a brilliant, beautiful play, so ahead of its time. The whole beginning part is all mimed. If they're cooking, cleaning, opening a window, it's all mimed. There's like no props, there's nothing. It's all just the word and the intention. It's really great. And then this theater, the second half, they actually had a working stove. So you start to smell bacon,
yeah,
coffee, all
that's
these
cool.
things. And I'm like, ooh, I was like, that's weird that smell is coming in from outside. I thought it was like a restaurant. No, it was them cooking it, the realities of it. And if you know the play, and if you don't, whatever, and I'm not going to spoil it, but the end is just gut wrenching. And the fact that they brought that reality in. And my colleague is like, stop fucking crying. Like in my ear, like, I can't. Like I was, and it reminds me of the feeling of the way that I get for It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah. I
It's
was going to
that
say that's
same-
probably a good
Yes.
comparison.
And so I knew going in, I was probably going to cry. I didn't know what their take was going to be on this version. And the one thing I forgot was tissues. I was like, I'll be okay. I was not okay. I was not okay.
Lies.
Intermission, I grabbed a handful of tissues. We come back, and it's after intermission, they made Act 1 much longer than Act 2, which thank God they really had mercy on all of us, because I don't know how much more we could have sat there.
right.
The woman in front of me
Takes an emotional toll.
no, it really does. And so you can hear everybody sniffling, crying. The woman in front of me, now she's crying. She's wiping her nose, wiping her nose, wiping her eyes, wiping her nose. She goes to her scarf now because she doesn't have. I have a handful of tissues. I just pass.
Used.
Can you imagine? I'd be like, here, we could share it.
Yeah.
So
I only snotted on one side.
yeah, just use the other side, flip it over, turn it inside out. So I hand it to her, a couple of them, and she's like, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then after it was over, standing ovation, she turns around, she's like, you are so kind.
BYOT.
Yeah. She's like, you were so kind. I'm like, dude, I get it. Like, I get it. And it's just such a beautiful commentary of the way life was. It was so simple
Mhm.
and everybody just looked out for everybody. It was just, I don't know. And then Linda and I had a wholesome day in Maine. It was so much fun, thrifting and whatever. And then we got home and I walk in and my candle warmer light is still on.
Mm.
There's open alcohol containers, glass,
Beer cans.
all the glasses everywhere. I'm like, who had a party over here?
Yeah.
I'm like, what is
Yeah.
going on? And then you were like, you and Emily had,
Emily and I, we watched
bonding day.
that movie, and then we were like, let's go play some
I
games.
love
We
that.
played, so we used her. She had her Beatles cards, her playing cards, and so we used the Beatles cards. We played some Rummy,
I love that.
Rummy 500, and then we played some Abduction. And I had a craving for a sour beer.
Yeah.
And so I went out to McKinnon's and I
Uh-huh.
grabbed a couple. They had a couple of sours, so I got two sours. Then I got some mango cart just in case. I have to say the peach one, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Emily liked the raspberry lime one, but I thought the peach one was better.
Which is the one that I tried last night because that was
Peach
pretty
one,
good. That
peach
was,
one. Yeah, I love
I'm
sour
not a
beers.
sour.
Yeah, I love them,
but that was pretty good.
and that was delish. And
Like,
so
how great is it now that we're at the point
I know.
that we just hang out
I
with
know.
them and they want to hang out
So
with us?
I got some
so
sliders.
happy.
I made some sliders that were delish as well. So we had a couple of those. We
Also,
watched
God
our
bless you
movie,
for
and
getting
then-
sliders
I know,
because I
those were
needed
good.
them the next
Those were
day.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
those were good. And so, yeah, and so we came in here, and so what we decided to do was, because a lot of the Man on the Run was about obviously Paul's journey, and they were talking about the first album, and they were talking about how John Lennon had an album, and then like everybody else, and so we're like, let's listen. We made a playlist of like each of their first albums, and then we shuffled that and we're listening, and then it was funny. We were like, oh, this one. And again, Emily loves all the George Harrison songs, but we're like, oh yeah, that's good. And then some of Paul's are very experimental, and we're like, okay, we're gonna pass on that one. And then John's are great,
Or Ringo.
and then Ringo would come on, and Ringo does a lot of like standards, right? Like he does a lot of like older songs, and like, but like every time a Ringo song would come on, we'd be like, Ringo, like there he is. And then I was like, speaking of being older, New Music Friday was the same day, and I actually listened to a new Ringo song that came on that I was like, this is actually pretty good. And I actually
didn't know
think
he was still making music.
yeah, no, he's still touring and everything. And I believe for the first time, he and Paul McCartney have a collaboration on his new
Awesome.
album that's coming out, which I'm excited about.
I would go see
He's
Ringo.
still making great music. I don't know if I'd want to see Ringo
I feel like
it's
they're the only two left.
well, yeah.
So let's go experience some Ringo.
I
don't
guess so. I mean, it'd be fun, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's definitely not our musical style. He's got his own thing going on.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how, here's the thing with Ringo, is that when he was with the Beatles, it was like, oh, fun, a Ringo song, because it was fun in the mix. But it's like, when it's all Ringo songs, like,
a little bit too
boy,
much.
there's a lot of Ringo.
We should get that on our shirt.
Yeah, that's a little too much Ringo for me.
You can't have too much Ringo.
Yeah.
Cannot have too much Ringo. But
So okay, the disappointing part of yesterday, we went out, it was Record Store Day 2026. Woo!
no, it sucked. I
Yeah,
hated
well,
it,
it sucked.
actually.
So let me talk about what we got, and then you can talk about what we didn't get. So I ended up getting there was a live Jeff Buckley album, which I'm excited about. There was as a goof, there was a live Ramones album that looked pretty good, so I got that, and then I also got Extra Texture. George Harrison album was coming. I'm like,
I'm so
we gotta
happy
get that.
we
because
were able to
Emily
get that
will-
for Emily, yeah.
And so we got those. I wanted to get, there was like a Wolf Alice and a Tom Petty that they didn't have that I wanted to get. So I'll look into those later. I almost bit the bullet on they had a Grateful Dead in Boston, like an older.
I would have loved
that I
that, and I would
kinda
have
would've
loved the
gotten,
Blur,
but I
but
was
they
like,
were both over 100 and something.
Yeah, I was like, I
dollars.
didn't really want to spend that money on that. So I didn't do that. And then the big Womp Womp.
If I had thought, because now we've been doing Record Store Day, I think since we moved here and we found out it is a thing
Yeah.
for many years. We just get up at not at the crack of dawn, but like early enough and go
And
saunter.
luckily you got up at some point because you forgot all about it.
Because
You were all like,
I came home the night before
Yeah.
from driving all the way back from Maine, and I meant to put an alarm to wake myself up. Completely forgot. Woke up at like 8 something, and I was like, you sent me, oh, is this a record that you wanted? I was like, oh my God, I completely forgot. It was like 8:30.
Yeah.
I was like, let's get dressed and just go straight to like Bull Moose we went to first because, sorry,
Jesus.
banging shit around. The Bailey's kicked in. I'm like, well, Newberry Comics wasn't open, so we go to Bull Moose.
Well, it was.
And I had high hopes.
Apparently.
It was, apparently.
Yeah, they both open early on the record store.
Did
day.
not know.
Now you
Looked
know.
at both.
They were both open at 8.
Looked at both websites.
So
Did not see that said that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have been like, well, let's just go to Newberry because it's closer. No idea. So we get to Bull Moose. There is a freaking line. I'm already gutted because
Yeah.
I'm like, this isn't going to be good. We wait on the line. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to manifest it. It's going to be okay. But in the back of my head, I'm like,
not
I don't think
there.
it's going to happen. So Weezer came out with a 1192. It's basically cuts from the making of
Is it
the Blue album.
And so it's like the
So tracks of them
yeah.
in the recording studio that
Yeah.
some of that never
So
been
did
heard.
you see what I sent you, by the way? I sent you, somebody got the album
Yes, and put it on.
and put it on YouTube.
So I haven't listened to
And
it.
it sounds pretty good.
I know. I want the record.
Well, of course you want the
I wanna
record.
hear
But
it
I'm
on the
just
record.
saying, I'm just saying, like, he did a good transfer, high quality, that
Yeah.
like you can actually hear the songs. I'm actually not a big fan of like those like in the studio raw things because like, well, for one, like they're not properly mixed. 1, 2, I mean, those are the songs that didn't make the album. And guess what? There's a reason why they didn't make the album usually.
But if you
And
really
so-
like a band, it's interesting to hear their
true,
process.
True, but I would rather just like I don't want to like I would never go back to it, right? Like in terms of a record,
Right.
typically. And what drives me crazy about what happens now on Spotify, for example, sometimes I just want to listen to the record, meaning I just make up an album, whatever your favorite album is. I want to go listen to that album. But then if they release like a deluxe version that's been remastered and blah, blah, I don't mind the remastering. That's fine. But you can't just listen to the album because then they take the album off and then they give you the deluxe edition
Right.
that has all this extra bullshit on that. I'm like, no, I just want to hear what the original album sounded like. And that's what I
why
want to listen
records
to.
are amazing because you have
Well,
that.
or any physical media,
Right.
right? But like,
but yeah, I get
yeah.
that.
And so, but that's my one qualm with Spotify
But
is that
this
like,
was a-
just
this-
leave the original on.
This
'Cause that's what I
Weezer
wanna listen
one
to.
was a big deal in the Weezer fan club community. Like everybody was like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "This is wild." Normally, I don't get
I
all
love
like.
that you have your Van Weezer shirt on
I
right
did
now.
that on purpose. I'm still in mourning.
You have.
I am in
It
mourning.
is mourning.
And
So am I.
I'm in mourning. I'm in mourning in the morning.
Yeah.
So there was a guy like they were letting people in, a couple people at
Yeah.
a time.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. actually.
Understandable. It wasn't
Yeah.
great. It wasn't ideal because then it was like shitty weather and it was cold and
It was
all we-
definitely cold.
Then you go to listen. It was a whole thing. Then you go to Market Basket to go get us some
This
coffee.
Market Basket did not have coffee.
How?
It's
Like
what?
what?
How do you? They had like a bakery and like a hot food. And I was like, is there some place to get hot coffee? And the guy was like, no. I'm like, that seems very strange to me.
Very strange.
Because we wanted to get a coffee while we were standing in line. And of course, they had free coffee and donuts inside.
Right. That's not helpful. Right. That would have been nice if
Someone
they would have
coulda-
done something about that. But listen,
Yeah.
they were doing the bare minimal.
Yeah.
They didn't have to do more than
Well,
that.
they were fine.
But the guy at the door was just like, when we finally got to like the front, I was like, all right, what are my chances of
Yeah.
getting the Weezer? He's like, oh, I think there's a couple in there. Liar.
Well, no, he probably saw them. What he was saying is they see him when they put them out, right? So like I saw a couple of them. He doesn't know if they're left, obviously.
That's,
so.
but I phrased it, are there any left?
Can we please talk about phrasing things?
Okay, hold on. I didn't get there
Okay,
yet.
finish this. Okay, yeah.
I think also he said, I know, and you don't think I laid in bed thinking about that. Like, I don't know what's wrong. I do know what's wrong with me. It's fine.
Okay, just finish your story.
Okay,
Like I said.
so, but I think like if he had said, no, I think all the Weezer is gone, we would have got off the line and
Well, no,
ruined
you-
the chances of us maybe purchasing other stuff. So I think they just said like, yeah, just tell them that's in there. Because then we go in, not only were there no albums, but then he was like, oh, you can go to the register
Yeah.
and order one from another store and then they can send it at like 5:00 or they can let you know where there's another one. Because we
Yeah.
did that
But
last
they were
year
all
for
sold out.
something.
They were all sold out.
Sold out.
Yeah.
Whatever. Everything's a ploy, a trick, a tactic. Doesn't matter. I'm jaded, pissed off. So we're like, all right, maybe we'll go to Newberry Comics, who I thought opened at 10.
Mm-hmm.
Call them up. And first of all, I'm not good on the phone anyway.
So I say to you, I was like, do you want to go to Newbury? And you're like, I guess. I'm like, well, why don't you call them and see if they have it? That way and you're like, okay. And so you call them. I'm like, okay, great.
And so here's the thing. And no disrespect to the people at Newberry Comics. And I won't say the location, but y'all are rude. And they think they are like, I work at the comic book store. They're like the character from The Simpsons. Like, calm down.
Yeah. Too cool for school.
So I call up and immediately it's like, hello, like already nasty. And I'm like, okay, I'm already upset and I'm whatever. So I'm like, hey. So the only thing that came out of my mouth was, is any lines there? Record store day, whatever.
You said, how's the line looking? And then whatever transpired on the other end, and you're like, okay.
Yep. No.
And then you hung up.
And I hung up and didn't proceed to answer because they said, and I quote, we've been open since 8:00.
Yeah.
It is now regular store hours. So that is not anything anymore.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to even bother asking that question because apparently it's not going to be there.
So,
it's not going to be there. So why am I going to ask? And they're going to say something shitty to me. And then I'm going to get in even more of a bad mood. So I just hung up because I was mad and I didn't want to ask further because I didn't know how they were going to phrase it. What were they were going to say?
If you only just asked the real question first, it was hilarious. I was like, the whole point was to find out if they have the Weezer album so we would go or not go.
But what made me laugh the most is you roasted me the whole way there. We wound up going there anyway. And your best one was...
Well, the first one I'll do was hi, it's me. How's the line looking? Like what? And then I was like, is your refrigerator running? like you called for no reason. Except there was a very specific purpose.
Is your
to
refrigerator running?
Oh
done.
My God.
And then we got there, and then of course, like I walk in ahead of you, and I'm like looking around, and I don't even know where like the display anything. They had it up against the wall where you'll miss it, and of course I missed it.
They did a very poor job.
Sure did. And so came in, and obviously that wasn't there, and it was just I was so bummed out. You know, you can't always get what you want. It's fine.
It's true. Bringing it back to Mick
but
Jagger.
sometimes you get what you need.
Yeah, sometimes.
Which is some
Irish coffee.
No, and then I was super sad, came home.
Depressed all day.
But you made us, I get cheered up every once in a while.
The rest of the sliders.
You made the sliders, which...
Gave you a cookie.
You gave me a cookie. It was really like very wholesome. I was like,
chips.
okay.
It was
then
Emily
went, she was going to Target. And she's like, can I get you anything? Because she also felt bad. So I said, no, it's fine. But she brought me gummy bears, some Haribos. And I'm like, thank you. And then Johnny sends me a text.
Oh, funny. Yeah.
And she's like, I meant to send this to you last night, but I'll send it to you now. And she went out to a Red Sox game, and then they went to a bar crawl.
So Johnny's all out in her senior activities, because, like, you know, she
didn't get to
do
done, any of that,
and
right?
so she's doing this. Also, they went to a Fenway game, a Red Sox game last night, and then they did a bar crawl. And then you got this video. I got butt dialed at some point.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny.
It was amazing.
I don't even think she knows she butt dialed me. I'll have to tell her.
Yeah, she definitely didn't know, but she sent me a video of her singing at the bar, Africa.
Yeah.
And then her friend that she was with was also singing. And then my favorite part of the video is, this is my mom's favorite song to the girl. And I was like, you know what? I was having a bad day, and that made me feel better. Yeah. So ups and downs, it is what it is.
So my suggestion is going to be this. I think we're going to finish recording this. I think we should then make some breakfast and go sit in here and listen to some of these new records we got. I think that'll be fun.
That's a great idea.
You have to leave us.
Then I have to go to rehearsal. I'm almost at the finish line. I was looking at the calendar today. I'm about a week, 2 weeks before opening of my show.
Boy,
which
I ran lines with you last night.
Oh, that was fun.
It's a doozy.
That was a doozy. You reading the lines, and then you started to like try to get. You're like, which character am I? I was like, there's 5 of them on one index card. I write flashcards because I feel like that helps me
Yeah, and I just flash
And then Dave just flashed. You did you did not pick
just
up
to
what I
see
was
if I can
putting
throw
down.
you off
Yeah.
your line learning.
Yeah, awesome. Good job.
You're welcome.
So helpful.
So we're gonna do some hypotheticals again. Thank you, Mr. Chuck Klosterman. I feel like I don't think we've done these, but I feel like I've seen them before. I think these might be some of the examples that were on the box, but I don't know. So here are our options today, and if they feel like we've done them, let me know. But the Dream VCR, right up our alley, because again, what have we been talking about with Johnny very much? Dreams. Right?
Oh,
So
yeah, that's been her. She's been
the Dream VCR.
She's been freaking out about having very realistic
who
dreams.
she just
lately.
started a job, which is great. So anyway, the next one is A Life in Film.
Okay.
And the last one, Shaquille in the shower.
Oh.
Choose your poison.
I do want to preface that I think we did the VCR one.
Do you think so?
Read the premise.
At long last, someone invents the Dream VCR. This machine allows you to tape an entire evening's worth of your own dreams, which you can watch at your leisure. However, the inventor of the Dream VCR will only allow you to use this device if you agree to a strange caveat. When you watch your dreams, you must do so with your family and your closest friends in the same room. Did we read this?
I think we
We
did.
might have, but let's do it anyway.
Okay.
They get to watch your dreams along with you. And if you don't agree to this, you can't use the Dream VCR. Would you still do this? I mean, I think so.
I'm going to say no because I don't
No.
because I don't want you guys in my dream world. It is not for the faint of heart.
It's no one should go in there.
My dreams
Not even you.
are so whacked that I would feel bad if I had you see them. And honestly, for the exception of every once in a while, my parents or my grandparents will pop into my dream. For the exception of that, I would like to see that. But for the most part, I don't want to re-see my dreams. They're not great. They're not great. I never have a good time.
It'd be interesting. Never a good time.
Yep.
So it'd be interesting. Yeah, I mean, I would be interested to see them.
Because
I'm
you
trying
don't
to
really
think-
remember them as vividly as I
Well, I do sometimes, but like, and then I'm trying to think. I'm like, is there ever anything racy? And I'm like, sometimes, but not really.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's happened.
Yeah.
And it's,
then I'm
you
like,
guys don't need to see that either.
well, no, but I guess I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
You know what I mean? Like if it was just you, maybe.
honestly, I don't think I've had any dreams that I care that much that I'm like, I have to see that. But
It's
I'm always
me
kind of like,
trying to find a bathroom that works. Do you want to see that? I don't think anybody wants to see that.
That's really not a dream. That's your whole life.
That is really my whole life. Well, someone had said that your dream world is the real world, and this world is the dream world.
Whoa. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Number 2, you choose A Life in Film or Shaquille in the shower.
Oh, Shaquille in the shower.
All right, Shaquille.
That could have been one of the dreams I've had.
I bet. You come home from an afternoon of shopping. Sounds right so far. Expecting the residence to be empty. However, upon entering your front door, you immediately sense that something is strange. The entire place smells like marijuana and roses. Still nothing strange yet.
No, nothing.
There is a briefcase sitting in the middle of your living room floor, filled with diamonds and Christmas cookies.
Oh God, I love this so far.
You can hear the shower running. This is definitely a dream of yours.
Yeah.
You can hear the shower running, and when you open the door to the bathroom, you realize that the man using the shower is basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay.
A naked Shaq peers at you from behind the shower curtain and smiles enthusiastically, but says nothing.
He's doing this.
Yep. He then returns to washing himself. When you ask O'Neal what he is doing in your home, he simply says, I don't remember. Do you call the police?
Absolutely not. Is that the
No.
question?
Yeah. Do you
No,
call the
I would
police?
take care of him. I would be like, what do we do
Yo,
with these Christmas cookies and diamond,
Shaquille,
Shaq?
I'd be like,
do
order
you
us
wanna
some of
do?
that thin crust Domino's.
Let's go. And then we could be like,
I'm going to go hang out with your
oh
briefcase.
my God, that would be a dream of dream. I would love that. Of all people too, I'll
And then I
take
think-
Shaq in my shower.
And then I think together we would figure out if we need to. Okay.
Maybe he
Let me
needs
just tell you-
medical attention.
Let me
I
just
don't
tell you
know.
something about our shower.
Oh,
I think we need to move some of these things that we have hanging on the walls because like they're
like a bull in a china shop
everywhere,
every time?
Everywhere that where I'm going to hit them is where they are right now. And I think we just need to move them to the front
Sure.
instead of to the side. But anyway,
Right.
I digress.
Yes.
That to say, I'm a diminutive type of person. Shaquille O'Neal is not.
He wouldn't do well in there.
That would be pandemonium.
We'd immediately see him the second you walk in.
We'd
He'd be
everything
right-
would
he'd
be
be
everywhere.
above the
Yeah.
bar.
So I think we would let Shaquille go about his business.
There's
And
probably,
then together we would find out, do we
Right.
need to call the police, Mr. O'Neill?
honestly, I would take care of him. If he was having dementia, I'd be like, you can stay with us, Shaq. We
Yeah,
got
Shaq.
you. I would take care of him and his diamonds and his Christmas cookies.
And his marijuana.
Yep, that's fine. Maybe that's why he didn't know he was there. I'd be like, maybe let me try some. We could figure it out.
Yeah. All right, last one. A life in film. For whatever reason, 2 unauthorized movies are made about your life.
Oh,
Unauthorized
Jesus.
movies about your life.
Yeah.
Wow. The duds at the theater. The first is an independently released documentary, primarily comprised of interviews with people who know you and bootleg footage from your actual life. Now, this I would like to see. What did they get? Critics are describing the documentary as brutally honest and relentlessly fair.
Oh,
All right. I like that so far. Meanwhile, Columbia TriStar has produced a big budget biopic of your life, casting major Hollywood stars as you
obviously.
and all of your acquaintances.
Oh, we have to.
Yes, yeah,
Yep,
we'll get to
yep,
casting
okay.
in a second. Though the movie is based on actual events, screenwriters have taken some liberties with the facts. Critics are split on the artistic merits of this fictionalized account, but audiences love it. Which film would you be more interested in seeing? Ooh, I want to see both of them.
I know.
have
I want to see both
choose?
of them
God
because
damn it.
I want to see what liberties they're taking, but also the raw footage would be.
But yeah, I mean, so
Kinda
it sounds
fun.
like the documentary itself is good. So I would love to see that and just to see how that is portrayed. But then, there's fun in saying who are the Hollywood people that are playing the people in your life, right? So let's think about it. So obviously, Marissa Tomei is going to play you, but we have to think about,
Is she married to Mel Torme?
Did I say Tomei? Tomei.
You
is what I meant to
absolutely
say.
did.
Sorry. So sorry, Marissa. I apologize.
I know. You better write her a letter.
Yeah.
Who would play you?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Josh Brolin.
Interesting.
You look a little Josh Brolin-y.
You think so?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I think,
I think
he could do it.
if Jack Black could lose 30 pounds, 40
Also
pounds,
that-
maybe 50 pounds, Jack Black these days, then I think,
Oh, he just called you fat, Jack Black.
well, he's a big guy.
He's a big guy.
But we kind of look similar, though, especially
Yeah.
with the beard and like the.
But I was trying to
yeah.
I was trying to hype you up a little.
But thanks,
little
babe.
Josh Brolin.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, then, I don't know. Yeah, maybe
Who would
Josh
play the
Brolin.
girls? The Olsen twins.
I was going to say, yeah, Mary Kate and Ashley. Well, do you think they would do? Would they get twins, or would they just get someone playing dual roles, like what's his face in Sinners?
Oh, maybe Michael B. Jordan can do it again
Yes,
and play, the, girls.
That would be interesting.
That would be. He would definitely.
This is where they've taken some liberties. The girls
That would be in the other movie.
because they saw Johnny.
Yes.
They thought it were two boys.
Yes.
Johnny and M,
Yeah.
and M was for Michael.
Yeah.
And so you got Michael B. Jordan to reprise.
There you
his
go.
twin
That would be the
acting.
liberty. Okay. Who would they do to take liberties?
What about the cats? Who would they cast
Oh,
as
the
the cats?
cats.
What famous cats would be our cats?
Grumpy Cat would play Peppa.
And I mean, I feel like
Garfield would play-
but Garfield's smarter than
Very
Magic.
smart. Yeah.
So I don't know. We need a dumb cat.
I was going to say Heathcliff, but also Heathcliff was pretty smart. What's a dumb cat?
But I don't know.
There's no dumb
I don't know
cats.
if there's such a thing.
Except for Magic.
Is
He's
a
an
league of his
enigma.
own.
Or Magic.
Okay. So now, do we expand this to the immediate friend group? Who would
Yeah.
play
Let's
those people?
let's go. Let's start with Miranda and Eric.
Okay. I don't know. If you're listening, you've got to play along. And if,
Yes.
if you are the person,
Yes.
you've got to let us know who you think would play you in the movie. But
I
yeah, I
think
don't know.
Woody
Who would play-
Harrelson
Woody
would
Harrelson,
play
Eric.
Eric.
Okay, I like that.
And
And who would play Miranda? Who's Miranda?
what's her
look like?
face? Come on.
Yeah.
Julie.
Garner?
No.
No. don't know.
This is also a terrible game for us to play because
Yes.
we never know any celebrities' names,
right.
like, ever.
The one from the what's her face from what's the thing?
With the red hair, and she was in The Big Lebowski, and she was
Oh,
in
Juliana Moore.
Julianne Moore.
Julianne Moore.
It's my favorite part.
Mel Torme.
Yes, Mel Torme's
Would play
daughter,
Mundo.
Marissa.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Julianne Moore.
Sure. Why not? Sharon and Paul.
Okay, Sharon and Paul. Okay. Okay. Oh my God, who would play Sharon and Paul? Sharon would have to be played by.
Yeah.
I really hate my brain. Not the age, but the range that she can play her, like the feistiness and the sassiness
Oh.
would be steak. Where's my steak? Come on. Come on. Devil Wears Prada.
Glenn Close.
No.
No. Yeah. Meryl
No.
Streep.
Yes. Glenn Close was in Devil Wears Prada.
I don't know. I never wore Prada.
Oh, okay. So that we've deduced that you're not the devil. All right. So that who would play Paul? Well, do you agree? Why not?
I can't think of anybody. Sure.
Who would play Paul?
Who would play Paul? Also playing Paul, Woody Harrelson. Everyone's bald. So
Perfect. Who would play Ed?
actually, so I was going to go back. I'm going to go back.
I got one.
I'm going to go back to Paul. And
Okay.
I'm going to say
Okay.
Bradley Cooper, but bald,
Okay.
could play Paul.
Okay. But Paul's like silly.
Yeah.
Paul's
Fucking
you
Bradley
think he
Cooper
could-
played Rocky Raccoon or whatever the fuck.
Rocky Raccoon.
Rocket Raccoon.
Rocket Raccoon. Not Racket. Rocket? Anyway.
Rocket. Mel Torme. I'm just going to keep saying Mel
Torme.
Torme.
Marissa Torme.
Torme. A new one.
Ed.
Ed, who you got?
Michael Shannon.
Yeah, I could see that.
Right?
I could see
That would be
that.
good. And who would play Mundo?
Who would play Mundo?
We need to pick a Disney character.
This is a. Yes. All right. Who in Disney characters? That would be hilarious. This film, this is where they take more liberties. Mundo is played by an animated character.
It would be it would be what's his
worst at this.
face from Frozen?
Yeah, I don't know Frozen very well.
Sven.
Sure. All right.
I'm sweating.
Once the people who know us who listen to this have to send us their
Some suggestions. That would be
for
good.
what this will be, but that was fun.
Yeah. Who would play Sarah? By the way, we need a Sarah.
Oh, Sarah would be. Well, I think Sarah could be what's her face.
Oh,
from Saturday Night Live.
McCartney. No, Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
McCartney?
Or I was going to say
McCarthy.
just what's her name? Molly Shannon could play her
Oh, yes.
because
That would be perfect
she
too.
does that all the time. She's got that
Absolutely.
energy.
Absolutely. All right, we did it. That was good.
All right. I guess we're stopping there.
I think we should. It's 40 minutes of pure bliss on a
Yeah.
rainy Sunday.
Well, hey, friends. Always great to see you. Glad to be back behind. We had a little week off.
Had a little
Good
week
to be
off.
back
We
and,
had a lot
and
of
have some
stuff going
fun.
on. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you this. Life's a group project. Be kind to each other.
We got the right stuff.